Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Vaccinated.
Reports came out today stating that Canelo Alvarez will be facing Billy Joe Saunders come May 2nd. Billy Joe Saunders, a week ago, came out claiming that Canelo Alvarez sent him chump change in order to fight. However, Canelo Alvarez have sweetened the deal, and we seem to have a fight in our hand. The fight should be announced pretty soon. With that being said, Billy Joe Saunders followed the blueprint of getting a Canelo Alvarez fight by actually looking horrible and having a bad performance, and that's how you actually could land a Canelo opportunity. So Canelo, of course, blessed him with the opportunity since he saw vulnerabilities in Billy Joe. Now, of course, for the Canelo fans that keep claiming that Canelo fights the best, he keep proving them wrong every single time with his actions, because actions speak louder than words. And the proof is in the pudding. Canelo Alvarez chose to fight Billy Joe Saunders after a performance where he actually was losing up to getting the knockout, fighting on a YouTube undercard. So once again, Canelo Alvarez chooses the weakest link at another division, right after he actually avoided the best competition at 160, and that's a Charlo and an Andrade, giving up on his dream of becoming undisputed to fight Kovalev, who was coming off a bad performance against Yard, and he was one punch removed from a stoppage. And we all know Canelo Alvarez fought him 2 months after that with a rehydration clause and not giving Kovalev a time to recover from the beating he received from Yard. And if that wasn't bad enough, yet again, he chooses to fight the weakest link at 168. With that being said, he chooses to avoid the best 168-pounders moving down to that division, ignoring the Caleb Plant, the Benavidez of the world, to fight Billy Joe Saunders, who's coming off a bad performance, proving once again that in order to land a Canelo fight, you have to have a bad performance before he fights you. That's the blueprint that Canelo laid out that Andrade and Charlo might want to consider following if they planning on fighting Canelo Alvarez. And we all know that's a fact, because Canelo years ago came out stating that he's not interested in fighting Billy Joe Saunders when he was actually looking good against, for example, a Lemieux, because he stated, according to him, Billy Joe Saunders move around too much. He's not exciting. He running, a.k.a. he has footwork, and he doesn't like that style, a.k.a. that's his kryptonite. However, ironically enough, right after Billy Joe Saunders has a bad performance, Canelo changed his opinion to Billy Joe Saunders being a great fighter and a good fight for him. So even a blind man could see this coming. Even Stevie Wonder doesn't have to wonder what Canelo Alvarez is doing. It's clear to see he's being strategic. It's clear to see that he's being a businessman, and he's so good at it that he should be working at Wall Street like I told y'all. I mean, that Wall stock is falling because he's stuck on that app and he's not delivering on the fights that the fans want to see, including his fans and the critic, from Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, to Chavez Sr., the legendary Mexican fighter, Morales, Barrera, Marquez, and I could go on and on and on. He chooses to avoid the best competition in every division. And yet again, he chooses to fight the weakest link at another division. And that's what's tarnishing Canelo Alvarez's legacy. And if he doesn't face the Charlos and the Andrades of the world, that will even tarnish his legacy some more. Because we all know they will haunt him till the time he retires. And we all know that's a fact because he avoided Jamel Charlo at 154 when he fought Cricklin, and that caused Golden Boy to actually let Jermell Charlo go out of his contract, and he signed with Al Heyman. He also avoided the big Charlo at 160 by giving up his WBC strap and requesting the French fries belt instead in order to avoid him. He also avoided Andrade at 154 when he fought Smith for the WBO strap. As soon as Andrade vacated the strap, and we all know Andrade at the time called him a puta, and instead of fighting him, he actually ignored him. And we all know at 160, he gave up on his dream of becoming undisputed, and instead, he fought Kovalev. So, like I said time and time again, facts say Canelo is tarnishing his legacy by making the moves and moving the way he is today. So just like Pacquiao name will always be attached to Floyd, just like Ali name will always be attached to Frazier, just like Sugar Ray Leonard name will always be attached to Duran and Hagler and Hearn, Canelo Alvarez name will always be attached to Andrade and Charlo till he fight those guys. So y'all could complain about us bringing those guys up, but that's the best competition he been avoiding for the past 5 years. He didn't even want to negotiate with Andrade. I mean, forget about fighting. He haven't even negotiated with Andrade for the past 5 years. And that's unheard of. So I'm going to do the Canelo Alvarez fans a favor and pressure Canelo Alvarez to actually save his legacy and fight these Andrade and Charlo. You have Charlo on one hand, whenever he fights on PBC, he pick up struggle with, and we all saw what Andrade did to him. He dominated him every single round. So it ain't about looking good and having a good performance. Is actually the opposite of that. It's actually having a bad performance and a bad night, and that's how you land the Canelo Alvarez fight. So I'm looking forward to see the Canelo Alvarez fans, the real ones, that's going to call out Canelo for the maneuvering he have been doing over the years. And also, of course, the Canelo fans that want to dig their own grave and bring out dusty excuses that we have to brush off before talking about them. Because, of course, facts what matter at the end of the day. Opinions are like asshole. Everybody has one. So, Canelo Alvarez, keep fooling the fools. So, if you want to be a fool, be my guest. Because only a fool can get fooled again. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, I can't put the blame on you. I got to blame myself for that. And I ain't a fool, just like most of my Akis, my brothers. So, of course, this is the Boxing Brotherhood. So we're going to call it how we see it. Give everyone a fair shake. And Canelo Alvarez, like I told y'all time and time again, he keep making Canelo Alvarez fans look horrible. So if y'all want to act like a bunch of fools and keep getting fooled, then be my guest like I told y'all. So drop your comments below. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, then don't and listen to these decafs and old media. And shout out to Dante for starting the new media wave that I'm a part of. I appreciate Dante for giving me the opportunity to post on his platform. Shout out to Lunatune for the funniest boxing memes. Follow my broski on Instagram, on his IG in the description box below. Keep it a G and follow my man, and follow me too at Aki TV on the description box below, and follow DBN on all social media, including his other channels. I appreciate all my Akis. If you want to be part of the family and the Boxing Brotherhood, then click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post to go live on Split Decision. And welcome to the Aki University. So hopefully one day the casual fans and the Canelo fans that want to graduate and become hardcore will graduate from the Aki University by attending Split Decision. And like I told y'all, if y'all read the Book of the Truth, hopefully one day y'all will graduate. So that being said, I appreciate every single one of my Akis. And to be continued on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we out.